Now we are discussing about working of a web server. Web, spider web, website, web page. Many times we will hear these words. Like a spider, this is a web. Spider will be always in a web, in its own web. Similarly, this web will connect to the internet. Web server, web page and website, now we will discuss. Working of the web server. This is a client, this is a server. If this client is communicating email with the server, then this is email client, email server. This client is expecting file transfer with the server, then this is a FTP client and FTP server. Now we are discussing about the web server and web client. Here a request goes from web client to the web server. What is that request? The request is, I require a particular web page. Now in this web server, there are multiple web pages. So group of web pages is called as website. If you go to Amazon website, if you click one product, that will direct you to another page. So group of web pages is called as website. Like a group of pages is called as a book, group of web pages is called as website. Here, this web server is a program. When we are requesting a particular web page, it will respond to it and it will give that web page to us. So we will see that web page in a browser, web browser. So client sees that web page in a web browser. So there are many number of web pages are there in this server, many number of web pages. These web pages are stored in HTML language. HTML means hypertext markup language. All these web pages are stored in the web server by using the HTML language. But when we are requesting by using a HTTP protocol, this web page translates into original text at the receiving end. In the browser, we do not see in the HTML language, we can see in the original text. But our Chrome browser, they will give the option to us even to see the information in the HTML language also, if you need. Now, what we can see in these web pages, we can see the text, image, audio, video, okay, many. If you go to any website, youtube.com, if you see the video there. If you want to audio, if you go to any website related to listening to any songs, then you are going to audio websites there. Images and text. If you are going to any websites related to social community connecting websites like Facebook, there you see the images and text. If you go to twitter.com or amazon.com, there amazon.in. In those websites you will see the images and text also. Now we discussed about web page. Web page may contain any of these information: text, image, audio, video. Now we also discussed this group of web pages is called as website. These websites will be hosted by a particular business company. They will host it. So these web hosting, multiple domains. In the web server, we have multiple domains. Means each web page we can see as a particular IP address. So corresponding domain, all these multiple domains are stored in a single server. The domain and its corresponding IP address we will get. Example, www.amazon.in. We will immediately translate into its IP address. After that, web server responds to that request because now it knows what is that IP address. It will open that web page. If there is no such web page, then an error comes 404. If your credentials are wrong and you are trying to enter in the website, example Gmail credentials are bank login credentials, then the error message is 401. So if you correctly entered the website name and DNS correctly converted into IP address, then you can see the web page in the browser. Okay, so web server is the place where you are saving the multiple web pages. When you request, it will give that web page in the browser if that web page exists. If it does not exist, it will show the error message. This is the working of the web server.